Hey, it's Nikachu, and we are playing some Stiflenot in Premodern. Why? Because it's mono blue, and you better believe I love my mono blue decks. Now, since the first league, and that literally was the very first league I ever played, which I played terrible. I mean, I was getting outplayed by all my opponents. We went 2-3. It was just an absolute mess. I was learning on the fly. You're all over me in the comments section, but I accept it. And you know what? You got the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that was my first step. And I have learned a ton more about this deck, and oh my god, is it such a skill-intensive, intricate, nuanced deck. I absolutely love it. Huge shout out to Lanini MTG. I guess just Lanny MTG, and also Pygonti. Lanny had an excellent primer on the deck. I'll have a link in the description to that video. And also Pygonti had an amazing it's like 4 out of 5 matches of a league, which demonstrate a lot of ideas to this deck that I wouldn't have even thought about on my own. And since then, I've gotten way smarter with the deck, and therefore I've been doing a lot more winning. No 5-0s yet, but doing a lot more winning. So what have I learned since then? So first off, these are just my own adjustments based on the way I understand this deck and how it interacts with other decks. Mishra's Factory. The one thing I hate the most about the Stiflenot deck is, like, I hate being choked on lands. I just absolutely hate it. I hate going like Portent on a 1-lander and like no lands. Shuffle away. Oh, still no lands. Draw step. No land. And you basically lose because you can't curve out. Mishra's Factory helps that with that a little bit because I go up to 18 lands in the deck. And certainly there's decks out there that have like 18 islands. But I want the Mishra's Factory. I think it has a lot of utility. I was up against one Stiflenot deck. They played one Mishra's Factory and I died. I'm not lying. I was in no position to like go for the combo, or if I did, the stupid Mishra's Factory was just wailing on me for 10 turns and I lost. Since I've put Mishra's Factory in, now my Stiflenot opponents lose. I mean, it's a really good card in the main deck versus Stiflenot. Not to mention, like, it answers a bunch of other problems. Like, if your opponent tries to edict you, you can activate the Mishra's Factory. You're getting attacked by Mishra's Factory. You can activate block and pump itself up so that you don't die to their Mishra's Factory. And like losing to Mishra's Factory is like one of the main ways I lose with this deck. So I think this is an excellent include to the deck in general. While we curve out, it plays around a bunch of cards. It's not even clunky because you can cast your Phyrexian Dreadnought off the colorless mana off of Mishra's Factory anyway, and then use the rest of your blue mana to cast things like Stifle or Vision Charm. So anyway, big fan of the Mishra's Factory. Shout out to everybody playing Mishra's Factory out there. Now, last time we were playing Peak. Holy crap, that card sucks. It, like, basically doesn't do anything. Every single time we played Peak, we saw our opponent had, like, 3 pieces of interaction and a land. So when my opponent has, like, 4 cards in hand, I can just assume they got 3 pieces of interaction and a land. That's it. I don't need to see their hand to know that they got the goods versus me. I think it's more or less obvious. I mean, either I'm going to go for it very early because I've got everything and my opponent's choked on mana, or I have to be patient. I have no choice. But I'll tell you what, Chain of Vapor is almost like Time Walk. If your opponent plays something on turn 1, like even a Llanowar Elf, I want to bounce that damn thing. I want some interaction. I think it's way more relevant to be interacting with the board way more than I have to like play Peak just to see what my opponent has in their hand. So anyway, I think Chain of Vapor is above and beyond better. I've enjoyed this card at least a lot more. We still have the 4 Opt, 4 Portent, 4 Stifle, 4 Vision Charm. Powder Keg, I'm like, on this card. I don't know how good or bad this card is. The problem is it doesn't destroy enchantments, and that's like one of the main card types that this deck can't deal with. So like this card better be really, like, I guess this is just for goblins, because the deck already has like a smashing record versus mono red. I don't see how Powder Keg looks like just completely win more. I guess it can be like a card versus the opposing Stiflenot decks, I guess. But then you could play with Dominate or something else. I have a completely different plan. Or I'd bring in more Mishra's Factories. Like, this could be a Mishra's Factory for all I know. Anyway, so I'm like so-so on Powder Keg until I know better. I understand it's like a slow piece of removal. Whatever. It has not really excited me all that much. Accumulated knowledge instead of impulse. I'm not sold on this yet. I just wanted to try it out. I like the idea against all the attrition-based decks with all the Cabal therapies and duresses that I can just rip an accumulated knowledge and get more cards into my hand and be in a position to net more cards in my hand in general instead of impulse, because I am more of a patient player. I like playing the patient game. I want the long game, all right? You want to go into the long game? Well, look, I'm the long game master over here. I'll out long game your long game, and accumulated knowledge is good for the long game. Not to mention, it's not a bad thing that you can like even dump with foil if you have multiple accumulated knowledges. So you put one directly in the graveyard, and then you draw 2 cards off the second one. So I like accumulated knowledge for that reason. But like, honestly, the problem with this card is, honestly, most of the time, accumulated knowledge just gets 1 card a game. Like, okay, you get the second accumulated knowledge, sure, you got 2 cards, but I'm rarely getting the third accumulated knowledge. That's the problem. So this card really does have to prove itself over impulse, because logically, impulse should just be better. Even though you draw one less, you'll technically always draw 1 card. That 1 card will just be superior to any of the cards that accumulated knowledge gets. So I mean, I like the card. I like my results with the card so far. I'm not sold on the card yet. 2 days, love it. 4 counter spells, love it. 4 foil, love it. It's just a hard counter, and you need hard counters in this deck. 3 to 4 gush, love it. I remove 1 gush just cause you know, having 2 gushes in your hand is usually pretty awkward. I needed to bump a card to make the sideboard work the way I wanted it to work. So I bumped a gush because I saw a bunch of other people bumped a gush. Flash of Insight. Also not really sold on this card. Like, I get it. Late in the game, this is like super impulse, and that's fine. But maybe I should just have impulse. Like, I understand it has good synergy with foil. You dump it to your foil, and it's like you haven't really lost any cards, but I don't know. I'm also so-so. There's like a lot of so-so cards in this deck. Annul is fine, but I haven't played against goblins yet to know how good or bad Blue Elemental Blast and Hydro Blast are. Because again, against Mono Red, you just obliterate Mono Red. Like, you don't even need these cards. It's overvalued. But maybe goblins is such a bad matchup, you really have to kill that goblin lackey turn 1 and have powder kegs for like follow-up lackeys or something. Morphling. Okay, so there's a lot of decks playing with the Brain Freeze card. I don't know how to use that card. Like, honestly, I have no idea how to use Brain Freeze. And every single time I try to play it, it like just backfires badly. There's a lot of matchups where I want Brain Freeze, and they have Gaia's Blessing in their deck. So like, what's the point of the damn thing? Instead, I'll prefer to play with Morphling. Morphling, I also think I can just bring it in against so many decks. In fact, I think I can bring this in against almost anything. Any deck that's really going hardcore on removal for your Phyrexian Dreadnought. Bring in some Morphlings. They can't beat this thing. You go late in the game, you have 8 mana, it's GG. They cannot do anything about a Morphling. And it won't kill them immediately, but like, I mean, it will get the job done. So anyway, super high on Morphling, really like it, and there's a lot of attrition-based decks out there. And then Sabo's Web. Like, I get it. I understand why people play this thing. And if I side it in, I'll side out I might side out 1 factory because it's a non-bow. When it enters, draw a card. Each land with an activated ability that isn't a mana ability doesn't untap during its controller untap step. So I get it. Like, that's for like control matchups with a lot of creature lands. Like, I sort of want Dust Bowl, to be honest. That would make me sleep better at night, because Dust Bowl, again, is a land. I like making my land drops, but a lot of the decks with a lot of creature lands have Wasteland or their own Dust Bowl, so they can kill your Dust Bowl and then that's it. Whereas Sabo's Web, you play it and then you just try to protect it. I get it. So probably Sabo's Web is really the way to go. But there could be another world where I have like a Dust Bowl and 2 Mishra's Factories in the sideboard. Maybe that's possible. Get a little bit extra edge. So there's a lot of other cards. I haven't played so much with Dominate. The Thwart was fine, but I'm going the Mishra's Factory route, so I'm not going to play with Thwart. I don't understand what the Misdirection is for. Like, that card just doesn't make any sense to me. It's just, it looked super win more to me, so I'm not playing with Misdirection. Dominate looks like a card that I would be interested in, because there's a lot of decks that bring in a lot of creatures, and you have trouble resolving your Dreadnought, so just steal their creature, and then they have to use a removal spell on their creature. But I don't know yet what the weak link is to this deck. I mean, it's possible I could take out 3... take out all 4 accumulated knowledge, put in a Dominate... which it's like 3 mana and X to steal a creature with converted mana cost, whatever. And then also replace the accumulated knowledge with 3 impulse. But I'm just happy I'm not playing with Peak. This Chain of Vapor is insane. Maybe I should even have more. Okay, that is my deck tech based on how I I glanced over Essence Flare. Great card, just great card. It's Dismember for a lot of creatures. Hits a lot of 1-drops. It does what it needs to do. That's all I'm saying. It's doing what it needs to do. And maybe it's even better than these cards. I mean, this kills Goblin Lackey too. Anyway, okay, that was this is my deck tech. Let's get into our Premodern League. Round 1, we won the die roll. Our hand looks great. We've got the entire combo. We even have some protection. I'm going to keep it. Although to get this protection online, I have to wait a few turns. But let's see what Portent has in store for me. Double Gush and an Island. How badly do I need those Gushes? Not at all, actually. Let's ship those all back. Any order. Portent's ability, yes. Like if there was a well, actually, you know what? I think I was wrong about that because I could Gush on the turn that I want to do it on turn 4. I think I might have been wrong about that. And then hold up Counterspell. Oh, Swamp. Swamp could be a problem, but not in the face of my Counterspells. So I'm going to be a little patient, Powder Keg. We definitely have to counter that. We don't, well, yeah, we're going to counter it. I could let it resolve and then we just deal with it later with Stifle, but let's just deal with that now. We got ourselves a foil, but I'm not going to use it. Just pass. Keep passing the turn until we can't pass the turn anymore. Destroy target. Why? What did I do to your lands? What did I do to your land? Nothing. I did nothing to your lands. Another Dreadnought. I'm at the point where I could just go play Dreadnought, and then if it gets answered, I have a second Dreadnought in the pocket. I mean, I guess. Like I can't do anything else with my turn. I'm not exactly sure what we're up against. And then if I draw an island, that would be perfect, because then I could play the second Dreadnought with a foil backup. Ooh, Wasteland. This is some sort of Ponza deck. Is there Sinkhole? Is that a legal card in this format? Braids Cabal Minion. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacks an artifact, creature, or land of their choice. Sure. I'll opt to not do those things. I will discard a card from my hand, because I do have Stifle. What's going on here? Oh, they got Snuff Out? They just lost a life out of nowhere. Contagion. You can distribute 2 -1/-1 counters on 1 or 2 target creatures. Oh, is that like, is to slow down the clock a bit? Okay, that makes some sense. Okay, I will stifle this ability. Do I want to stifle this ability? I could opt, actually. Let's opt. Let's see if we get a land. I get Chain of Vapor. What does that do for me? I could bounce Braids. No, let's put it on the bottom. Hope we draw a land. Don't draw a land. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, I guess we're just going to have to stifle this thing. Or I lose my land? Maybe I lose my land. Because the upside to drawing a land now is pretty high. I could play a second Dreadnought, no problem. Or no, how would that work out? Hold on, okay, hold on. I draw a land, I play Dreadnought thing. But then I don't have a... I could daze, but then I don't have foil up anymore. Okay, let's just... Okay, well, I think I can just stifle this. Still have a big chonky creature. Big chonker. And our opponent now has to sack some stuff too. But it does look like I'm going to start sacking my lands now. Phyrexian Arena. That seems fine. Oh, no, actually it's not. Hold on. Let's return a land back to our hand. On second thought, Leon, I bet I'm in better shape not letting that happen. Oh, but then I can't foil anymore. So now I have to play this thing. Undo. Sack my land. Can I draw land? No. So I can go like Portent, hope I draw land. Well, I have to. I don't have a choice. Like Phyrexian Arena could also have killed my opponent too. Okay, that gives me a little bit of breathing room. Okay, can I find a land out of all this? I can find a few lands. Okay, we're going to keep all of that. So land... Insight, land, I guess. Okay, we'll draw our island, and hopefully that protects us for next turn. Mono black Ponza, huh? Cabal, we got Braids, we got Rain of Tears. Very chunky deck. Okay, card advantage is going to matter. I have a feeling Morphling is going to matter. What else is going to matter? They had Wasteland. I wonder if they have any. I wonder if they had a bunch of other. Like Wasteland isn't that big deal. Isn't that big of a deal to me? But maybe that's important with Sabo's Web. Okay, we definitely need a null to deal with Phyrexian Arena. I don't know what creatures they have in their deck, but I'm going to just say no to Powder Keg. Seems like Sabo's Web is a card that I'm supposed to bring in here. I'm going to keep Foil. Maybe keep the Flash of Insight. Maybe not keep Chain of Vapor here. Flash of Insight is... I have no idea how... The deal is, I don't know how late the game is going to go here. Morphling might even be a mistake. Maybe I'm... Like, I don't know what the removal suite is. Like, am I going to get the lands to cast this card? Maybe not. Maybe we just, like, chill out on the Morphling. And hope that they don't have that much removal for my Dreadnought. The card advantage looks good. I don't want to throw that away. I'm going to keep Foil because you still need hard counters for hard counter stuff. Okay, I'll submit this. I'm not familiar with this deck. We've got lands and spells. Not going to throw it away. And if we get like another island... Uh-oh. If we get another island, then we can gush and get around some of those stupid stone rains. Okay, our opponent duresses us. They can take like a, I guess, Stifle. I don't know. From their perspective, I have no idea what they want to do. Actually, Stifle and Vision Charm are basically the same thing. So I get maybe they take the gush. Maybe they take the opt. Like opt is my one shot at like definitely curving out. But if I naturally draw an island, that's going to really suck for them. So if I play against this deck, they do take the opt. If I play against this deck enough times and find out that, okay, this game is going late, I got a lot of mana, I'm in good shape here, then I should bring in Morphling, but I don't have that information yet. The thing is, like, post-board, usually people bring in, like, a huge chunk removal, and you are living off the top of your deck, which then means... Island? Beautiful island! No beautiful islands. Which generally usually means you... I'm thinking I might have to Vision Charm myself here. No. Okay, what do I want to do here? I'm gonna Vision Charm myself so I can hopefully hit an AK in my graveyard, so that when I top deck 2 more lands, I'll have an AK. Look at that! None of them were lands. I was so screwed. We got like what is this? Was it 5 cards? Target player mills 4 cards? Why do I see? Oh, the Vision Charm. Yeah, it was all non-lands. It was an excellent decision by me. Best decision I made in my life. Has not helped me. Yeah, that's the frustrating thing about this deck. Is sometimes you just don't draw land. What is this thing? I have no idea. A morph in mono black. Oops, undo. Pass. So now that we have days, if they play a removal spell, I mean, if they play something super dangerous, I can still foil. That's still... Okay, destroy target land. If that land was a snow land. No, it was not. Cancel all float. Oh, I have to target a spell. Turn my island. Ha! Countered. Countered your Ice Quake. Okay, can I just peel some lands here, please? Just lands from here on out. That is not a land. Very far from it. It was a Stifle. Oh, and did we hit any AKs? We did not, actually. My accumulated knowledge plan failed miserably. Something I can counter, please. I can't directly counter that thing. Not yet, at least. Okay, so we can stifle this thing for a few turns. Okay. Sort of something is happening. What is this morph creature? Who are you? You are the Grinning Demon, a 6/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to have a window. A very small... Oh, actually, I'm not going to have a window. How do I do this? Okay, so I have to stifle this. Okay, I have a small window. Okay. I need to draw... Honestly, I need stifle, because I need to be able to block these stupid things. Okay, so we'll float a mana. We'll gush... Not stifle. Because if I Vision Charm, I'm just going to get hit for 8. And then I'm Tostitos. Do I have any other options? Not really. My option is to concede. Some of the other options. Okay, I feel better about not bringing in Morphling. So what am I supposed to do? Bring Powder Keg just to tick it up to 4? Essence Flare is okay. Chain of Vapor doesn't look that appealing. Do I bring in Powder Keg just to tick it up to 4? not ridiculous. Doesn't look like they can do anything about it either. Is there anything I'm willing to part with in this deck? Maybe Flash of Insight? Maybe? They don't even seem to have any removal. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see all their cards, I guess. Yeah, where does this thing start? Also, it can hit the morph. I don't really want to take anything out, though. I don't want to take anything out. I hate bringing in a null. It seems like no one ever seems to have enchantments, or they like reduce their enchantments. Daze is definitely necessary. They got a lot of clunky, chunky stuff. Okay, let's bring in... I definitely should bring in Powder Keg. I just don't know what to take out. Did we see Richardson Port ever? I saw Wasteland. That's all I saw. Alright, I'll take out Flash of Insight. It's pretty mana intensive. I may not have even that much mana. Oh no, sorry, it's not mana intensive because it's only like 2 mana if it's in the graveyard. Let's go first though. Whoa. It's a bit of an iffy hand. Alright, I'll keep, because I don't want to throw it away. We have a factory, if that matters. Because, like, the only way Counterspell is online is if we draw another blue source, which we don't even have yet. But we are somewhat close to getting online with our hand. I assume they're going to take the accumulated knowledge. Accumulate knowledge. A lot of knowledge in my hand. I kept like almost all the cantrips in. Where's my cantrips? They're getting stripped away by duress. Okay, took Vision Charm. I guess that means they might have a piece of removal in hand. We got okay, we have Counterspell online, even though they have perfect information. Oh, they do have Port. Sabo's Web would not have been useless. Oh, we get the second accumulated knowledge. Okay, you can tap that down. So we cannot counter, like, I don't know what the hell they would play. Rain of Filth, Rain of Gore. Whatever, Rain of Pain. That's what I'll call it. The Rain of Pain. Sort of Rain of Pain card on its way. Dark Ritual. What is this? Destroy target land. If there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, instead destroy that land, and Rancid Earth deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. Not bad. Well, we're going to, in response, try to draw some cards. 2 cards. We got some good cards. Some good cards there. Another accumulated knowledge. So my fear now is if I wait too long, I'm screwed. I have the opportunity right now. Slam this Dreadnought. How much removal do you got, buddy? Normally you want to be very patient, but I'm not hitting my land drops. So I'm feeling less patient. Okay, so let's say I play Dreadnought and it gets dealt with. I still have a Stifle in hand and another accumulated knowledge, so maybe we can just, like, rebuild. And they are stuck on 2 lands, we know that. So, like, the problem with passing and then passing back is they can port my island. And then I might be, like, a little bit more stuck than I want to be. Another Dark Ritual. Okay, you got Smother. Oh, I guess they were playing around Daze. Okay, that's almost like a fine trade. They lost 2 cards, we lost 2 cards. And we are curving out. So we are on our way to find the second Phyrexian Dreadnought. In fact, this time we have Ancestral Recall thanks to Accumulated. This is the first time I've ever cast this to get 3 cards. First ever. Ooh, now we have everything. And it's beautiful. I just don't know what to do with our everything. Okay, well, in response, we'll opt. Portent is beautiful. We'll put that on top. Okay, no response. Oh, we got a Dreadnought anyway. Yeah, they can't beat this. In my opinion, I don't think they can beat this. I should say it's unlikely. If they have removal spell into removal spell, that might be a problem. Rancid Earth, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I suspected like these cards won't work so well versus Dreadnought, but well, you have to wait and see to see if it actually pans out that way. The 4th accumulated knowledge. What do I want? I want to do nothing, I guess. Let's leave this island open for our Vision Charm. I guess we'll dump the Annul. How do I lose it? No, I'll dump the Gush, because they're dead next turn. Dump an island. Or maybe I should have dumped the Portent, because I wasn't using it. Like, I'm dumping all the cards, assuming I'm winning next turn. Okay, you can Dark Ritual. Braids does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Braids can resolve. I can sack my Mishra's Factory. Okay, let's get even more cards. Because I don't have enough, apparently. Cool. So long, Factory. Nice knowing you. Put an island for counterspell. Attack for 12. I don't know, are they going to play Contagion or something? Oh, opponent says good games. Good games. Interesting games. So far, this was not... this is the first, like, black deck that didn't seem to be all in on, like, hand discard, which is, like, pretty popular in this format. All right, I won round 1. Let's move on to round 2. Round 2, we lost the die roll. Our hand has everything but lands, so we have to mulligan. We've got lands, so I'm going to keep it. Guess I'll just dump the Flash of Insight. So long as we don't get wailed on in the first 2 turns, maybe this hand will be good. Problem is, there's a lot of proactive decks in Premodern. Like, you can be dead super fast. We're up against another swamp deck. They'd be swamping it up. Probably whatever they play on turn 2, I just have to let it resolve. And then we'll be in a pretty good position after that. Dust Bowl! I highly admire that card. Okay, are we up against the same deck? I had never seen that land destruction deck before. Oh, Plane Cycling. I would stifle that if I could. I cannot. Oh, I guess this is just black-white control, which might put a lot of pain on us. A lot of pain. 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 Gerard's Verdict. Discard 2 cards. No, I'd like to discard nothing. I'd like to discard 1 card, if you don't mind, in exchange for your 1 card. Just pass the turn. Whatever they play, we'll counterspell it, and then we can start thinking about getting desperate. Well, I honestly don't want them to know what's in our hand. It'd make it easier for them to play around our stuff. Portent. I think we can portent. Actually, we could portent, and then depending what's on top, we could just gush right now. And then draw it. It's a bunch of useless nonsense, so. Okay. Any order. And yeah, shuffle away, please. And should I opt now to see if I can draw a land? Does that do anything for me? Would like to hit my land drops. Yeah. Because then I could gush and then replay a land with 2 lands and play. I'll put portent. I should keep that. Okay, hold on. How does this work? I keep it. I put it on top. I gush. Put 3 cards in hand. I have 7. Replay a land pass. Does that work? Yeah, okay. So we'll put that on top. Okay, we'll gush. And then I can play portent. Keep the digging going. Oh, we have a stifle. Do I want to stifle? No, not really. Okay, let's portent. Island, Counterspell, Mishra's Factory. These cards are all fine. Maybe I'm actually going to keep all this stuff. So, okay. Factory. I can't use Counterspell yet, so I'm not even going to pretend to. Counterspell, Island. Oh, they have the Dust Bowl. I'm going to keep this stuff anyway. I'm ready with my foil. Plane cycling. Is this destroy all artifacts? Oh, it's very chunky. So you just want to exchange that for another card. That's fine. I have 2 portent triggers. Holy crap. I didn't even know. That was an accident. You want to duress me? In this case, I think I just have to let it happen. Hold on, am I gonna? Okay, I'm gonna. What's gonna happen? If I foil this, I'll have no. Okay, I'm just gonna let it happen. Okay. Okay, you know I have all this good stuff. You have to take one of them too. They might take the gush. They might take the foil if they have something insane to play this turn. Man, playing this deck in paper must be a pain. I would forget that set. I don't remember when I played that first portent, but I would forget it for sure. I would have totally forgot about that thing. All right, gush gone. I have to deal with counterspell. I could also foil pitch the Mishra's Factory, I guess. That seems pretty sad. Good, we just keep drawing lands. That's fine. Okay, hold on. So they don't know about this land. They don't know about Mishra's Factory. They don't know about this island. 2 cards that are useless. It's stone cold useless. Ooh, Dreadnought. This hand is stacked, actually. We've got Counterspell. We got, like, 2 Vision Charms. We have a foil. Yeah, let's just go for it. This hand is so good. It's the most stacked it could possibly be. This is definitely a Morphling matchup. Okay, we'll stifle this because we need the Vision Charms to protect the Dreadnought. If they have 3 removal spells, we have 3 answers. Basically. I'm gonna Dust Bowl my Mishra's Factory away. I don't know the point of this. I don't know their hand, but like if I were them, I'd swords on my turn because then that would save them some life. What is this for instant speed? You draw X cards and you lose X life. It's a lot of cards, to be honest. I'd rather... Oh, so they did this just to tap me down. That's fine. I guess we'll foil it. And I guess they know about my last card. That might not be the right decision, but I mean, if they draw 4 cards and they get like Gerard's Verdict, it's going to put me in an awkward spot anyway. Or Duress, for example. I guess we might as well attack with this. Put some pressure on our opponent's mana base. Let's see, do you have another swords? Wow, you don't even Dust Bowl my Mishra's Factory. Maybe it was unnecessary. Okay, we have 1 mystery card in hand. And if they didn't have a removal spell, this looks pretty good for us. All right, we got there. The hand of a bunch of enablers, but no Dreadnought. It succeeds. Okay, so they have Dust Bowl. I guess we side out 1 factory. Maybe I don't even care. What do these decks have? Do they have like port? Are they gonna start porting me? I just don't know which matchups I'm supposed to bring in Sabo's Web in. They've got 2 Dust Bowl. That's about it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not bringing in Sabo's Web versus that. Okay, I do know that they do have Phyrexian Arena, which is like super important. So Annul will be fine. Daze is... I don't really like Daze versus any deck that's looking at your hand with like Duress. The problem with Daze is that, especially on the draw, is that once they see it, they'll just play around it for the rest of the game. And I get absolutely no value. Flash of Insight is great. Okay, cards that are going to be great. Morphling is going to be great. Is Powder Keg good? This is a situation I don't know what they're bringing in versus me. They're bringing in Seal of Cleansing, so I can use Powder Keg to destroy Seal of Cleansing. No, I can't. Sorry. Powder Keg cannot destroy enchantments. So this is useless. What's their win condition? Just Eternal Dragons and something else? Okay, so Powder Keg looks bad. This is bad. This is bad. It's all bad. Okay, Daze I think is awkward. Maybe foil. 1 foil is awkward. Morphling is good. I hope Morphling is good. Could be wrong about that. The only saving grace for Daze is that this deck is very clunky. Like, it's got a lot of really expensive stuff. So if there was ever a matchup to have Daze in post-board, maybe it's this. And by the way, like, maybe I still have this last foil. What is worse than foil? Chain of Vapor, maybe? What does Chain of Vapor do? It can save my Dreadnought, sort of. Maybe this is not a Chain of Vapor matchup. Okay, let's bring in the foil. It's a hard counter. Like, I don't have to discard 2 cards. Okay, I will bring in the Annul. I hate Annul. I don't know how to put it. I just hate that card. It's like, if they see it... I don't know. The moment I put it in my deck, it doesn't do anything. If I don't have it in my deck, they play enchantments. If I do have it in my deck, they don't play enchantments. I have no lands. Mulligan. I have lands. I'll keep... We'll dump 1 Vision Charm. Maybe 1 foil. Maybe dump the foil. Maybe we dump the counterspell. It's just that Vision Charm is very good at protecting Dreadnought if we get the Dreadnought online. Do not verdict me. Don't do it. Give me one turn. Give me one turn. Okay, good. Resolves. He took my counterspell. That's fine. Just pass. Phyrexian Arena. Okay, we'll go opt. There's a gush. I don't need so many gushes. Go on the island. Okay, Phyrexian Arena resolves. Or does it have to resolve? Can I just go for gush? Like, the thing is, if the game is going to go... okay, well, what are my other options? I gush, I can hit foil, or the or my other thing. Okay, do you know what? I am going to gush. Because I really depend on, like, finding Phyrexian Dreadnought immediately if I want to beat this Phyrexian Arena. Which I did, unfortunately. Alternatively, I can play the long game. Okay, so anyway, this is going to resolve, unfortunately. Now I'm like even further behind. So it's like a big risk. So the Phyrexian Arena will bury you no matter what when this thing resolves. So if I can counter it, I can play the long game and try to grind this deck out. If I let it resolve, I have to hit this Dreadnought like immediately, or the game is just borderline. The game is borderline over for me. Let's portend me. More. Well, that's all good stuff. This is all great stuff. All right. Well, if there's a hand that's going to get me out of this, it's going to be that stuff. Well, let's see how many turns I can wait here. Be great to delay my Dreadnought by like one turn. George's Verdict, the easiest George's Verdict in my life. Okay, we'll get rid of... Do have an AK in the graveyard? I can afford to dump... So I don't want to dump too many islands. Okay, how long am I waiting for? Because I'm going... There's a Dreadnought on top. Or I could just get rid of Counterspell AK. Yeah, we'll do that. Target artifact phases out. And then if this is dealt with... Well, first off, we have a foil. But if it's dealt with... We've got another Dreadnought on the way. Dreadnought has a family of Dreadnoughts. Plane cycling. Go for it. So now we just have to deal with the one thing... The one thing that matters. Whatever that one thing is. Hopefully it's not a board wipe. Hopefully it's not infinite removal spells either. I will attack. There's at least one removal spell here. Okay, I'm gonna foil this. I'm really gonna hope that there's no Wrath of God follow up. Or is this the best way? Do I just let this thing die? I play a second one and counter the Wrath. There's definitely Wraths in this deck, right? Looking briefly at a list. Wrath of God does exist. I would run into Wrath of God very badly. But, well, they could have played Wrath that turn, and that would have been pretty fine. Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna go for the higher upside play. If I get blown out by Wrath, then I get blown out by Wrath. I'm going to put as many Phyrexian Dreadnoughts on the battlefield and deal as much damage as I can. Or do I wait a turn? It's also the thing of my opponent might die to their own arena. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to do anything. I didn't have to play this thing. Oh, no. Hold on. That works. Well, okay, it doesn't matter. Target artifact phases out. If they have... I keep forgetting how phasing works. If they have a Wrath, then this thing will be safe. They're going to make a bunch of soldiers. That's fine. So if they have a Wrath, this phased out creature won't die. The Decree of Justice. What does it do? You just cycle for a card? Okay, so you can Wrath this thing away, but you can't Wrath the other one away. The other one is safe. Vision Charm, broken. Vision Charm, very, very, very broken. Most broken card of all time. All right, we win the match. Amazing. As you see, I'm very comfortable in these these mono black white matchups. Okay, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Yeah, for round 3, we won the die roll. We have Dreadnoughts, lands, and an opt, so I'm gonna keep it. Honestly, usually if I have lands and spells, I'm pretty good to go. I have 2 lands in my hand. Let's do this. And given the fact that there are 4 Stifles, 4 Vision Charms, looks pretty good for our Dreadnoughts. The only thing we have to dodge is turn 1 Cabal Therapy. That would be awful. Our opponent is pausing on their Flooded Strand. Do I have Stifle? Stifle? No, I don't have Stifle. Wish I had Stifle. I would Stifle it. Or maybe not. I need that Stifle for my Dreadnought. That's a very nice island. Sleight of Hand. Is this a combo deck? Not many decks play Sleight of Hand for some reason. I don't know why not. Like, I'm not playing Sleight of Hand in this deck because I'm just trusting, like... I'm just trusting that Sleight of Hand is not good. I'm not a cantrip guy. Flash of Insight. Do you know what? I don't need that insight. Another island. Foil. Let's wait a while. Let's like wait a second. Let's wait out a few turns. Oh, they a Reanimator deck? Like discarding the hand size? Because it's very unusual. Oh gosh. Okay, so we might be playing against a very similar deck. Well, our hand is awesome. Okay, so we're just going to slam down our Dreadnought. Stifle it. It really sucks to be in the mirror and you just can't do anything because your one side's mana stuck. I've had quite a few matches like that. It's just awful. Well, this is not the case. Okay, I guess this is some sort of Miracle Grow deck. Or like Super Grow. Guess they're not going to BS around here. They're going to try to Swords our Dreadnought away. But we'll start by gushing. And then foil it. Oh, we don't need to foil it, actually. If we can, we will Vision Charm. They better not have days. That would be quite embarrassing. And probably will win in a few short turns. Go Phyrexian Dreadnought. Dun, 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 dun. Go Phyrexian Dreadnought. Oh, opponent says, as always, should be an upkeep. That's correct. What's it with people playing Swords to Plowshares on their main phase? Well, their counter spells are down. Let's just get another Dreadnought in play. Because if they had counter spells, they would have played. If they had a counter spell, they would have played it last turn. And we cancel. When that trigger happened, when that trigger happened at the end, I always originally I thought like I'm supposed to sacrifice my other Phyrexian Dreadnought. I'm like, oh my god, I screwed up big time. But no, you just declined to. Oh my god, the hand was just so good. My hand was just too good. My opponent didn't have a chance. Look, it's not that easy, people. And not to mention our opponent missed their land drop for one turn, so that didn't help. But that happens. It happens in this deck, too. I've definitely lost many a game because I just can't do anything. Okay, so this deck, this should... I think this is the Super Grow deck. It should be playing Meddling Mage. So we have to bring in cards that beat Meddling Mage. I think Morphling also beats Meddling Mage. Don't you think? Essence Flare also might beat Meddling Mage. What else is in this deck? I can't remember what else is in these Super Grow decks. I'm just quickly looking online. Super Grow. They're not very popular. It's a deck that's a little bit on the niche side. I think because the mana is just ridiculously unstable. Well, could it be Groatog? It could be Groatog. What do we see? We saw... Maybe it's Groatog. Okay, so it could be Meddling Mage and Psychotog. Which is fine. Same crap applies. But in that case... I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm just going to bring in Morphling and so on. We're going to keep Chain of Vapor. I think we're going to keep Daze too. We might be in a war. And a war we need to win. Let's take out... Do I take out some cantrips? This might be a tempo battle. It might come down to tempo, so we'll take out some Flash of Insights. Maybe I gotta find... What is this card good for? Like, maybe that thing should just be Impulse for me. Like, it's okay. I don't... Well, okay, here's the thing. This game might go back and forth a lot. Might be going... Ooh, maybe it's gonna go slow, so Daze is bad. And actually, Flash of Insight, the value of that thing goes up. Okay, I've changed my mind. We'll take out one ops and we'll keep the Flash of Insight. So if this game is like more long and grindy, then probably this is how it needs to be. Because a long and grindy game, Daze is worthless. And also I'm on the draw, so maybe it's even more worthless in that case. Go, 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 Morphling. There it is. The hand sort of sucks, but I don't want to do anything. I don't want to throw it away. It's a bunch of lands and spells. I want to keep it. I just want to play my land drops and pass the turn. They're also an accumulated knowledge deck, so that's... I don't know my opponent's list. I'm just looking at a random Groatog list. Well, this is good news for us. All this damage that they're about to take from their own deck. If this is Quirion Dryad, that's fine. Okay, so this is a Grow deck. And the point being, like, if it grows large enough, we'll just Chain of Vapor it and reset it, and it will really suck for them. It will really suck. I'm going to keep this land on top. I just want to make my land drops. I don't know if this plan is good, but I want my Morphling in play. Here they go. I'm never going to respond to this Quirion Dryad, so they can do whatever they want. 2 damage is but a flesh wound. But a flesh wound. It's fine, I can take that damage. Let's play Opt at end of turn. I have enough lands. I get a land anyway, that's okay. I'm not unhappy. Okay, and now I'm getting a little unhappy. Unhappiness is starting to settle in. Well, they're in no position to gush, that's for sure. No gushing for them. Their lands are super awful. Oh, but they're halfway there. They're halfway to decent lands. I think I'm going to get... Should I get my head beat down any longer? They certainly have, like, Counterspell up, I think. And I don't really want to foil after that. Okay, I'm going to wait a little longer. I'm in no rush. Life total is a resource, they say. We might wait one more turn, make a war, try to fight, and then after that play a Phyrexian Dreadnought, which is fine. And Phyrexian Dreadnought is bigger than Quirion Dryad, last I calculated. But I do have to play this Chain of Vapor before I play a Dreadnought, or it could get very awkward. So Quirion Dryad, whenever you cast a spell that's white, blue, black, or red, it gets bigger. Oh, they're now in gush range. Could be a problem. Could be. It's possible. I probably have to Chain of Vapor this thing now. Or actually, okay, I'm going to foil. I'm just going to hard cast foil. They'll counterspell. Next turn, we Chain of Vapor, Meddling Mage, play Dreadnought. And hopefully don't die. They just let it resolve. Even in the face of, like, gaining a bunch of good stuff with that Quirion Dryad. Interesting. Discipline. Very disciplined player. I got another foil. Okay, well, we have to Chain of Vapor now. Or hold on, cancel. I don't want to dump my Morphling. It'd be big sad. But I gotta play. If I want to be able to bounce with foil backup. Well, I don't need to bounce with foil backup. Okay, let's chain. It'd be really nice to have Gush in hand right now. There is going to be a counter spell, so I can fight back, throwing away some stuff. Okay, I'll throw away the lands. They take a bit of extra damage. I regret not having my Mishra's Factor in play. I just wanted to maximize my islands, but, you know, in retrospect, hindsight is 2020. I didn't need that many islands. Okay, let's hope they have more counter spells in hand and then they have removal. Because we don't know how many Swords to Plowshares they have. They could have a lot. They didn't have Gush. They didn't even attempt to play it. Okay, Dryad is back. I can feel a Swords to Plowshares is on its way. Unfortunately. The stomp is at my upkeep. What is this? For 2 mana. Disenchant. Oh, I didn't really see that coming, but that makes a lot of sense. Alright, draw a land and play, Ooh, I got my other factory. Disenchant this. Sadly, I think they have counterspell. Oh, they don't. Well, they unfortunately, it's also weak to Swords to Plowshares. I don't have the mana up for this damn thing. No! You kill my Morphling. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. Do I have to concede? Okay, actually, I can play. I can play on a little bit. I gained a little bit of life. We have a factory in play. We could have had 2 factories in play, so that when they attack for 3, I can attack back for 4. This would be a pretty good matchup for Dominate. Maybe Dominate's better than Powder Keg. I sided Keg in, right? Yeah, we got Keg. Keg is in. Is Essence Flare useful? Like, maybe. Seems awkward, though. It's probably fine. Take gigantic beatings from like... Oh, actually, it wouldn't work versus Quirion Dread, because Quirion Dread can outrace the... Easily just keep growing over the Essence Flare. But Essence Flare could deal with Meddling Mage. So yeah, like, one of the points of having Morphling in the deck is just to dodge... Like, just have more answers to a Meddling Mage. I just think the card is cool. And, oh, it's in exile. And like, I think I just see the utility to this card way more than Brain Freeze, or was it Brain Freeze? Like, what am I supposed to do with Brain Freeze here? Like, I think I would die before my opponent would lose cards out of their deck, lose all the cards out of their deck. We found a Portent. Foil, Chain of Vapor. These are all good cards, actually. Okay, so we'll say yes to everything. Maybe we go Powder Keg, Foil, Chain. We won't use its ability. Let's attack with a Lonely Mishra's Factory. Go, go, go. You're going to kill it? It is an artifact, so you can disenchant it. You're going to fire it? You fired. Mishra's Factory. You fired. And that will buff up the Quirion Dread a little bit. That is fine. So my plan, I don't know if this is a good plan. I'm going to get hit by this Quirion Dread for probably 5 to 6 damage. End of turn, we'll Chain of Vapor it back to hand, and then hopefully have the foil available to counterspell it on the following turn. But they can Portent now. They might be able to play their Quirion Dread back into play with counterspell back up. I cannot afford to let this thing resolve again. And I have 4 mana, so I can cast foil. That's their Portent. Already got my Portent. Yeah, I could have 1 extra Mishra's Factory in play. Could have one extra Mishra's Factory. It's just that, like, sometimes Mishra's Factory can be awkward if you have a hand. Like, I had foil. I believe I had foil in my hand. And, like, if you draw Gush, I want to have. I sort of want to maximize the islands that I have on the battlefield. Damn, my opponent has a lot of cards in hand. They have 4 cards. It's a lot of cards. Hooray! No! Am I dead? I play Powder Keg, you hit me for 2, it goes up to 1. I don't think I have any more Chain of Vapors left. I think I'm well, no, okay, I'm never drawing dead because of Gush. Gush is always a thing. You know, I get to like 4 lands pretty often. Why can't like that insight card just be Factor Fiction? Do I want to show them I have this in my deck? Because it doesn't matter. They just assume that I have it. So we're playing this because they're going to attack me for 2. And then my opponent's like, haha, that's my second target. I mean, you're still fine. Or they're going to counter this. Okay, now I don't know how we get back from this game. I need my Mishra's Factory. See, Mishra's, that's another hidden mode of Mishra's Factory, blocking this moron. The ugly meddling mage. I think this is exclusively an online promo art. I don't think they do that anymore. Now I know what it feels like on the other side. Because when I was playing my other, like, Miracle Grow deck, I actually found that, like, my deck performed very well versus Stiflenot. Because you have, like, a pretty good chunk of little beaters and enough disruption to make the Stiflenot deck, like, super awkward. Okay, so if we have any comeback chances, it all starts with a Gush. Starts with Gush. Okay, well, let's see what's on top of my deck. I don't think there's anything useful. Counterspell, counterspell, foil. You know what? How about no? Okay, now we're on the play. Does that change anything? Days obviously is a lot better on the play. Is Essence Flare really worth it versus Meddling Mage? I get hit by a lot. I get hit by a lot for a lot of damage. Essence Flare is definitely not worth it versus Dryad Arbor. I think I'm okay with this. Let's just run. Double check everything. Double checking. Double checking. Double checking. Chain of Vapor. Sort of disappointed me. We're on the play now. How good is Chain of Vapor on the play? Maybe not as good. But maybe good enough. I don't really like this hand. But I'll keep it. Seems like a pretty good control hand. It's got control-y properties. Double powder keg is a bit awkward because I want to put this thing on 2. Okay, land go. Hopefully I'm allowed to play my land go strat. Ah, beautiful powder keg. I loved this card when I first started playing. It was the only way I could deal with my opponent's goblins. Turn 1 goblins. Okay, whatever you plan to play for the next turns, I plan on blowing it up. Bigly. But it's probably just going to 1-for-1 whatever it is. I guess this is going to be an opt. So their hand must be super awkward on mana. Otherwise, they wouldn't have played City of Brass first. But maybe this is the most free it is in this matchup. Because, like, what does it matter? You could take, like... You can take 18 damage. So long as I never resolve a Dreadnought. Should be fine. I should see. What did they do with that opt? 0 top, 1 bottom. Alright, so they're on a blank. Okay, they're fetching with their Flooded Strand. Probably they're gonna... I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they'll play a 2-drop just to exhaust my Powder Keg. I can't play a second Powder Keg because this Powder Keg's planning to go to 2. And if nothing else, if a Disenchant hits this Powder Keg, like, that's fine. Hit a land, which is beautiful. Another accumulated knowledge, which is also beautiful. Okay, so definitely okay. We'll put... Doesn't matter how I do this. I'm gonna draw a card, I'm gonna accumulate knowledge, then I'm gonna draw a card for the turn. What is mandatory though? The last thing I can draw is accumulated knowledge. That's fine. No. Alright, we're a control deck right now. We're controlling the game! We're doing a great job of it too. So far. Man, imagine Spell Pierce was in this format. Woo! But it's not. All right, let's try to draw some cards. We are allowed to draw some cards. So, I guess no, I'll put it to 2. I don't think there's any 1-drops in the deck. So it's safe to just put on 2 and leave on 2. And then I just can't play foil. What is this? Disenchant now? You are going for Disenchant. So what if I say no? Actually, do you know what? That's fine. That's fine because I have a second Powder Keg. And... like, so if they play Meddling Mage, we go Counterspell, they Counterspell back. We can just throw the second Powder Keg on the battlefield. They still have to deal with that. Because I can't put both Powder Kegs on the battlefield because they'll blow each other up. That's not good. Draw 2 cards. Woo! We're Ancestral Recall range soon. Ancestral Recall. Which is nice. Nothing wrong with Ancestral Recall. What is this? Oh, this is actual Psychotog now? Actual Psychotog. Okay, I think I'm gonna counter this, and I don't know. Can I die? Can I die to this thing? I'm not sure. Okay, we'll take this thing up. Okay, while my opponent is like tapped out, I want to go for an accumulated knowledge for 3. We hit a land. We have not hit a dreadnought though. I could put 2 lands. So what happens if I go for it? I could put 2 lands in hand. Okay, I could gush, put 2 lands in hand. I guess we can just wait still. But I'm in a pretty good position to start going for it. In fact, I think I'm in a position to start attacking with this Mishra's Factory. And if they want to kill it with, say, Disenchant or Swords to Plowshares, that's fine. This is a classic. This is a game of patience. I'm trying to be as patient as possible. I'm not trying to gush too early here. I never read that book on gush. I probably should. I hope it's evergreen. I hope it doesn't talk about some random meta from 25 years ago. What do I do here? Nothing. So they draw a card. We'll take this thing up. We got an opt. That's fine. Whatever. Let's attack with our factory. We might win with just factory at this point. And I don't mind winning with factory. I think factory is fantastic. It's partially the reason I have it in my deck. So it's just a random threat that can like deal, you know, keep punching my opponent. Keep banging in some damage. And look at that. Okay, I could actually vision charm the factory if I really want to. Do I want to do that? It's not crazy. I guess not. It's okay. It can just die. It's fine. We're just a little bit more. We're just that much closer to winning when we find our own dreadnought. The actual dreadnought. You know, interesting late days would be pretty good right now. My opponent's been pretty choked on mana this game, despite playing a lot of things anyway. They're really, but also they seem to be really playing around days, which is fine. It's not even in my deck anymore, or is it? Oh no, I brought it. Oh no, yeah, I decided it out. When you're on the play, it makes the most sense. But on the draw, it makes absolutely no sense. Oh, you want to gush yourself, do you? So they have just 2 random islands in hand. I found a Morphling. I sort of want to keep that. I think I will keep that. Sure. Let the gush resolve. Before I play Morphling, I'm going to need a few lands. Lightning Angel. Sure. Yeah, I guess that's something I can powder keg too. Okay, I will use the ability. So I kill this Lightning Angel. Ugh. Anyway, I think it's time to do something, so I'm just going to do something. My patience have run out. Play a land, play Morphling. Use a foil to protect it. And then I can also play, and then I have a mana up to protect it just naturally. Okay, they are going to use foil. I have a foil myself. Don't mind if I do. Guess I can get rid of a Stifle. I have too many of these. It's too much of this crap. What are they dumped? Just their islands? Yeah, they just got rid of the islands. Okay, I have a Morphling. I don't even need to do anything versus the Lightning Angel. Oh, I guess I do. I can't. There's no damage on the stack anymore. Not like the good old days, unfortunately. Well, I can still... What can I do, actually, into this thing? I can't do anything. I can block it, I guess. Because now... Okay, I'm going to wait a few turns before I tick this Powder Keg up. Because if I tick the Powder Keg up to 4, I will be screwed to a Morphling. Oh, no, sorry, not Morphling, a Psychotog. But no, actually, it doesn't matter. If they pass the turn, I can tick the Powder Keg up and I'll have Counterspell ready. Okay, now... What do they want to do? Sure. Morphling beats Meddling Mage, last I knew. Okay, they're naming Dreadnought, that's fine. Do I have anything to do at end of turn? Nothing. I think I'm just super up on resources. I'm frankly up on everything. Okay, let's sacrifice this. Let's Mishra's Factory. Should I Portent first? Yeah, let's Portent. Stifle, Flash of Insight, and the Dreadnought. I think I'm just winning with Morphling, and I just need more stuff. I don't even care about this crap anymore. Any order, just shuffle it away. Attack with my Morphling. My beautiful Morphling. There's no block. I'll pump it up one. Sure. I played a land draw for the turn, so I'm not going to gush or anything. I don't want to tap down too low because I need to protect my Morphling from, like, removal. The power of Morphling, people. The power of Morphling. Still strong, even in 2026. In a format that only exists back to, like, I don't know, what is it, 2005 or something like that? Do I want to... I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. Attack. Double pump this thing. They don't call it Superman for nothing. And frankly, this is pretty super. I expect my opponent to give their resignation speech, congratulating on an amazing campaign that we've done here. Oh. They're gonna wait to see if I prove the no that this thing has that I can give this creature flying. Well, there is one other option. They can also Swords to Plowshares. They're Meddling Mage if they really want to. That's also an option. Oh, they might also be hoping that I accidentally kill my Morphling. No, I'm not going to do that. Not at all. All right, we won the match. It was a long grind, but Morphling got in there. And that's like I lost so many games to Meddling Mage, even though you have so much interaction. My opponent said good games. Good games. So like you have so much interaction for Meddling Mage, but it's still not enough because this is like a really powerful Grizzly Bear, and it's backed up by their own tempo cards. So you can still like easily lose, but I really like having a second angle. Frankly, every deck has a plan for Dreadnought. So have a second plan that like overloads their original plan, especially since this plan gives itself Shroud, which will give itself Shroud versus like, so first off, the disenchants don't work. So yeah, destroying any artifacts don't work. Like Seal of Cleansing, all that stuff, useless. And then all the removal spells, also useless. And if they had an Edict effect, not in this matchup, but if they had an Edict, I could throw away my Misha's Factory. All right, that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Here for round 4, we lost the die roll. We got some lands, some opts. We have a Stifle and 2 Chain of Vapors. To be honest, I think this is a pretty good hand to have on the draw for the most part. The interaction's really weak, but I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. That's how I'm interpreting this hand right now. Oh, we're up against Mono Red. This is our best matchup by ginormous proportions. Let's slow the game down. Like, what else am I gonna use this Chain of Vapor for? Let's just bounce some stuff to our opponent's hands, and then we'll set up future turns with Opt and Portent. Like, if you put a Dreadnought in play, it's over. The game is over. Game over. Stiflenot wins. But anyway, I better not get arrogant here. Who knows what can happen? This is not a very pre-modern looking mountain, if you ask me. Another Jackal Pup. Okay. I guess I'll take the 2 and then bounce the damn thing at end of turn. Slow it down by another turn. Or I could bounce it. No, yeah, I'll wait until I'll take 2. Or which one will I bounce? I can bounce anyone. Doesn't matter. Bouncing a Jackal Pup is bouncing a Jackal Pup. It doesn't have haste. Okay, we're looking for Stiflenot or nothing. Stiflenot or bust. Or sorry, we're looking for Phyrexian Dreadnought or bust. What is this? Stifle, Portent. No, I think we'll shuffle. We can shuffle that away. Any order, please shuffle. And now we're going to draw a card. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn. We can draw a card, and I'm just like 1 card deeper to look for our Phyrexian Dreadnought. And whatever, I'll take another 2 damage from this. I don't really care. Okay, let's draw a card. We got a foil, which is like, yeah, it's okay. It's good. It's okay insurance for these types of decks. Let's... Sure, just let that resolve. Grim Lavamancer. Sure. Actually, I could have opted there, and then if I got the right card, if I got Daze, I should have dazed the stupid Grim Lavamancer. Okay, let's opt. Phyrexian Dreadnought, Phyrexian Dreadnought. Got a Gush. Not the worst thing in the world. Not particularly useful to me right now, though. Am I gonna die to mono red on camera? The absolute best possible matchup. It's hard to have Phyrexian Dreadnought in the starting hand. Okay, so how do I do this? We have a few options here. I guess I want to... Do I pass the turn like one more time and bounce a Jackal Pup and then end of turn Gush, then opt? Maybe. And I can play Chain of Vapor. I could also go Chain of Vapor, Gush, foil, and then Flash of Insight for like as deep as I can. That actually also makes some sense too. Okay, so maybe finally this Flash of Insight is actually going to come in handy for once. So what I'm going to do is Chain of Vapor one of these dummies with the explicit purpose of then using Gush and foil when they recast the thing. Okay, so let's play Chain. And then I can play Flash of Insight and go, I think, relatively deep. Although, yeah, using the foil like this is like pretty ugly. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'll get rid of the Flash of Insight, I guess. Well, I'm in a bit of danger here. 4 damage to each player. You got it. It's no small potatoes, that's for sure. Okay, let's use the Flash of Insight now. Exiling everything from the graveyard. Okay, you better earn your keep here. Flash of Insight, or I'm going to dump you. Okay, we found a few Phyrexian Dreadnoughts. I hope it's not too late. Just a few burn spells away from dying. I do have an opt. I basically need like a counter spell. Sort of guarantee me living. Sort of sound. By the way, they seem to have fire blast or something. Like they're sort of calculating. All right, do we just go for it right now? But then they have like no more mountains left. What turn is this? This is their 4th turn, so they've missed at least one land drop. They're thinking about it. I'm vulnerable. I'm not that vulnerable though. Would it be enough for them? So they fire blast and they have bolt. Oh, that's crazy. Come on, counter. Foil. Give me a foil. Vision Charm. I don't think I can afford to play Vision Charm. I can maybe turn all my opponent's mountains into islands for a turn. I've never used that mode. Choose land type and a basic land type. Each land of the first type becomes the second type until end of turn. So I'm stifling this because I need to stay alive. I need to block this stupid thing. Oh, actually, Jackal Pup can really not attack, because if it attacks, the Phyrexian Dreadnought will deal just as much damage directly to it. Okay, am I just dead here? Incinerate. Fire Blast. They're playing like that. Yeah, I'm dead. When you're dead, you're dead. I couldn't find my damn Phyrexian Dreadnought, damn it. Anyway, okay, let's move on to game 2. And this is where I feel like this deck is completely overboarded. There's like, they always have 4 elemental blasts for this stuff. Okay, Powder Keg is fine. Morphling is not fine. Annul is fine because of what? I don't know if we need so many. There's that Curse Scroll. Cards we don't want. The card draw. Card draw is awkward. Let's get rid of Flash of Insight. Do I need Chain? Yes, I want Chain of Vapor to bounce creatures. Okay, I don't need all the Chain of Vapors though. The rest of it looks okay. Submit deck. It all comes down to like, can you get that Dreadnought or not? And I'm hoping the answer is yes. Okay, this hand's fine. This hand's better than the first one. First one had like no counter magic. This one has at least some counter magic. While having a few opts. Now, I'm actually playing like I am right now because I was told that it's good to side out the clunky card draw against these like quote-unquote fast decks. Foil, I don't need more foils. Counterspell's okay. It's fine. I'm okay with it. We have to be countering things for the next first who knows how many turns. And Bolt is okay. It's not a sustainable amount of damage. I never have Stifle for this moment. Where's my Stifle? Man, I would love to stifle lands in this format. I just never have it when I want it. I never have it. Okay, we're gonna go opt. We'll put one way or another, I need lands, but I also need to protect my creature. Right, I also need a Dreadnought. Okay, we'll put it on the... Okay, maybe we'll draw it. How badly do I need this thing? Okay, let's keep one. I don't know how many more lands I need. I know I should be digging for Dreadnought, but... Blue Elemental Blast, that's also good. Okay, somehow I've convinced myself to keep everything. We're just in control mode right now. Vision Charm. Yeah, multiples of these suck. Okay, I'm not going to counter these 3 damage things. We have basically more counter magic than they have cards in hand. Ooh, a Gush. Alright, pass. Well, now if they burn me at end of turn, I probably have to do something. I have to start countering something. I don't want to start discarding a hand size. Play land and pass. Play land and pass. I mean, they might be in the mode of like, okay, I'm going to wait till I have like 7 burn spells and burn you down in one shot. Which is fair. Definitely counter that. So now we're in the sort of game of we're just not going to do anything to each other, huh? Just not going to do anything. Got another foil. Just pass the turn. It's non-zero chance that if they try to cast something, I'll just hard cast foil. Don't really want to throw away my islands. Got a factory, which is good, because now I can just hard cast Gush. Actually, I probably don't want to do that. If I hard cast Gush, I'm going to get hit by like a fury of burn spells all at once. But what this does let me do is I can hard cast foil and have blue elemental blast up if I really need to. There's our Dreadnought. Let's start the party. Oops, I'm not hitting the I'm not trying to target the thing. Oh, you got counter magic now, huh? Oh, you got a lot of counter magic, do you? Okay, how about this? Do you have counter magic for... How do I want to play this? Yeah, like, why not? Target artifact phases out. Is that the most efficient thing I can do? Something like that. I have nothing else to do with this vision charm. Nothing. Oh, you got it. You got something overloaded. Destroy target artifact if its mana value is 2 or less. If the spell is kicked, destroy that artifact's mana value is 5 or less instead. Let's blue elemental blast that thing. Look at the stack. We got ourselves a stack over here. Okay. Well, fortunately, we've got reinforcements. What's great is after I put these islands in my hand, I can redeploy one for counterspell. Ugh, they have too many lands for the days. So we'll cast discarding. Okay, we'll target that. Discard island, discard, I guess, the days. Sure. I still have foil up if I really need to. You've got to be kidding me. Wow, you really don't want to lose to Stiflenot. Well, now I regret throwing away the days. Super regret. Okay, this person came into this league and says, I am not losing to I'm not losing to Stiflenot. That is not happening. Okay, I'm getting hit by Fire Blast while the mana is clear. What a stack! I don't know if I've had a stack that deep ever. Ever, 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 ever. Alright, and I have protection until next turn. That's what's important. And I got this little baby counter spell. And basically means our opponent's dead, because there's no 2 combination of cards that could save them here. Nothing will save them. It's over. It's over, Red Deck wins player. You sided too many cards in, apparently. Yeah. Or, I don't know, maybe not too many cards. Now, the crappy thing about... So what, do I bring in Morphling? Do I bring in Morphling? That was insane. That was just insane. How many anti-artifact cards did they have? It feels like I should have some Morphling in the deck just in case. And if we, like, go to the late game, if we go to the long game, like, Morphling will be okay. What do I take out, though? I'm on the draw. Sort of like Chain of Vapor, more on the draw. I don't want to take out any of the cantrips. I can take out maybe... Oh, they also want the artifact destruction for Powder Keg. That makes some sense. Scary. That was a scary amount of, like, interaction. I mean, some of them were red blasts or whatever, but still. I had to just be short like one counter spell and I lost. But I wasn't short that counter spell. I had it the entire time. I'm just thinking maybe more. The game has to go slow for Morphling to be good, but that's somewhat likely. If we're doing our job, Daze is. I think Daze is still going to be like I don't love Daze, especially post board. I think Daze is still going to be okay in this type of matchup. It's going to be tight. We're going to force our opponent to tap out. I could be wrong though. So what do I get rid of? Because Morphling is going to be way worse on the draw, that's for sure. Okay, maybe I just run it back. But like I feel like Morphling is a playable. Can you get Stifle? Stifle so I can stifle some fetch lands, please. We do have Stifle. Actually, that hand is quite good. I like this hand a lot. We'll keep it. Probably going to go play Island Pass on the first turn. Maybe not anymore. Or maybe, can I afford to take 1 damage or 2 damage from this Jackal Pup? Maybe. Actually, hold on, let me think about it. Hold on, did we bring in the Essence? Oh, I didn't bring in Essence. I'm a fool. Oh, that is a huge blunder. I completely forgot about Essence Flower. I mean, this is exactly what it's for. Amongst a lot of other stuff that it can kill, like Grim Lavamancer and so on. Yeah, that was a pretty big punt. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna kill this thing while I can. Save her. This can be worth. I mean, I shouldn't even take 2 damage off of it. My opponent, like, I sort of want to hold up the mana to counter Curse Scroll, but if that happens, that happens. I also wanted to hold up the mana so I could stifle something. Stifle a land. This deck needs mana. Oh, actually, I don't want to use Stifle like that because I only have Stifle in my hand. All right, I like that. Okay, Rift Bolt is cast. Chain of Vapor is nice. But what would have been a bit nicer was that Essence Scatter. 2 Vision Charms and an Island. Stone Cold useless. Any order, shuffle please. And shuffle well, deck. Please shuffle well. Shuffled very well. Thank you very much. You shuffled very well for me. To be honest, I don't know what else to hit this with. So we'll count. I guess we'll use our Annul just in case there is Curse Scroll doesn't come. So now I just have to wait for like 1 piece of protection for our Phyrexian Dreadnought. And then I think we're good to go. Or a Vision Charm or something. We're pretty close. Pretty close to getting the game going. Another Dreadnought. It's a bit awkward. I don't need more Dreadnoughts. Okay, we're just going to pass. And I'll opt at end of turn. Because actually, another Stifle would have been fine, because what I could do is play Phyrexian Dreadnought, Stifle it, and then if something goes wrong, I can Chain of Vapor my Phyrexian Dreadnought back. Okay, let's opt. If I find a Daze, I'll probably Daze that thing. Or Counterspell in general. The third Dread. You can never have enough Dreadnoughts, apparently. I think I'm just going to go for it. Okay, Portent. Third Dreadnought. I don't need these Dreadnoughts. Any order. I'll use the ability. Okay, I'm just gonna put a Phyrexian Dreadnought in play and then hope for the best. Because I think my life total is getting low. It's too bad we couldn't get a little bit of backup or interaction or something, but wasn't meant to be right now. So our opponent could do a lot of damage right now. All right, I guess they had nothing, or their hand was just a little too weak, and we won the match. This is supposed to be Dreadnought's best matchup. It could have been even better if I brought the Essence Flare in. That was a big mistake. I'm not sure. I probably would have removed Chain of Vapor for it because Chain of Vapor is not nearly as important as Essence Flare for killing, just outright killing Jackal Pups and Grim Lavamancers. And there's like some, I don't know if this saws Goblin Patrol or something post board, but I would rather have the Essence Flare over Chain of Vapor. That was round 4. I am 4-0. I am playing for a 5-0 here. Oh my god. It would just be like Merfolk. If you look at my tournament history, it'd be like Merfolk for like decades, and then one Stiflenot. Hopefully. I don't know yet. You guys do. If I have a 5-0, then it would be in the thumbnail, but I don't. All right, that was round 4. Let's move on to round 5. Here for round 5, we lost the die roll. I can't really say I love this hand, but I don't hate enough to get rid of it. I'm going to keep it. So we just put, like, Portent is basically our Ponder. It's one of our best cards. Treetop Village. Oh, is this the Oath deck? This is the Oath deck. What's my plan here? Mishra's Factory, Island, Gush. I don't want any of these things. Any order and shuffle, please. What are we going to do? Got the Factory anyway. Forest. Sphere of Resistance. Spells cost 1 more to cast. It's probably 1 more mana than I want my spells to cast. So what, I'd be paralyzed here, right? Okay, I can just daze this. Seems like this is like a Tangle Wire deck of some sort. Okay, let's Portent again. Okay, we got everything. Perfect. Okay, so, and we've got the Mishra's Factory to back it up. So we'll keep the Vision Charm, or maybe Dreadnought, Vision Charm. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do anything crazy. Use Portent's ability? No. Hopefully they don't do anything crazy that forces me to use this foil this turn. Because otherwise, between Vision Charm and everything else, it looks pretty good. They play Oath. I think I have to foil this. Okay, we'll play our Mishra's Factory, and then hopefully this is enough. Hopefully this is enough. If they slam down Oath, it's going to suck. Okay, they do slam down Oath. I do have a plan, though, actually. I can attack for 12, and then I can use the Vision Charm again. So we can attack for 12. There will be no creature in play. So we're going to phase the artifact out. Oh, look at that. So I actually have more game versus Oath of Druids than I thought. I don't know if I'm going to have the same amount of game next game, but it's the amount of game I have this time. Okay, we win. Wow! Wow! I'm a little surprised there. I am a little bit surprised. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so Sabo's Web is definitely key. I like Morphling. I'm going to like Chain of Vapor. Probably need a Null, because I have to defeat a combination of those Sphere of Resistances, Sphere of this, Sphere of that. Is Powder Keg good? Probably not. Sabo's Web will do the job. Oh, I don't know what to do here. And they're probably bringing in a lot of hate for the Dreadnought. It almost makes sense to side them all out. And I just live with Morphling. But the problem is if Oath resolves, then I'm super screwed. Okay, what do I not want? I probably want Flash of Insight. There is a, like... So here's the thing. There's a world where I do nothing. And I just try to let my opponent mill themselves out. But, so this was... My problem versus the Oath decks is that they bring in Gaia's Blessing. Or they even have some Gaia's Blessings in the deck. Because they think I'm bringing in Brain Freeze. So that Brain Freeze plan don't work. So I also don't think I can necessarily expect to win the super long game. I have to win. I have to win by attacking. I'm gonna have to win by attacking. So what do I get rid of? I think Flash of Insight is good because it can help me find very specific cards. I mean, I could shave on our Dreadnought package. I probably am going to really need to get Sabo's Web because they're mainly going to try to kill me with their stupid lands. Now, what do I shave on? Maybe I shave on some cantrips. How badly do I need my cantrips? Days is... I'm on the draw. Days is still probably... I mean, without Days, we would have lost that last game. I have to get rid of 6 cards. I don't really like getting rid of Opt. Huge fan of Opt. I'm a huge Opt stan. Maybe we just get rid of some Dreadnoughts. And we are forced to play a longer game this game. And I don't mind getting Morphling. I hope I don't mind getting Morphling. I like Morphling. Oh, I could have taken out one Mishra's Factory because of the Sabo's Web. This hand's great. 2 annuls and a bunch of counter magic. So I just want to go counter, 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 maybe Sabo's Web and try to defend the crap out of that thing. Trying my Flash of Insights really suck. You know what? I don't like this Flash of Insight. It's not giving me any insight on how to win this game. Maybe it'll end up being a source of card advantage or something. Ooh, evil. Boo. Okay, I drew another land. That's going to be really important. Sure. It's tapped. Would not be crazy that they try to tap my land right now. Wild Growth on that land. It's a lot of mana. Sure. Sure. Or no. Sure. Okay, I'm going to put a Flash of Insight in the graveyard. Because I have another one in hand. And if I really need to pay this for 2 mana later, I will. We will just let that get tapped. Oh! Wasn't really expecting to have this right now. Anyway, we'll just pass the turn. Okay, we're gonna get the beatdown going. That's fine with me. Okay, they don't have anything critical to do yet. Okay, please find me some lands. Ooh, I can't even get rid of the accumulated knowledge. I'm gonna keep that in my graveyard. Awkward, I have to get rid of the annul. Okay, we're gonna get a Morphling, I guess. Portent. How many? I got 8. I would have to discard to hand size. So, okay, so the deal is, if they really wanted to, they could have tapped down my land last turn and then went for... Oh, they didn't have to do anything. Actually, you know what I could do? I can discard this Flash of Insight. That's fine. Yeah, I can just pass the turn here. I really need some more lands, though. Sure. Come beat me down. Sure. Here they come. They be a-coming. It's a pretty decent clock, too. Fortunately, I can't do anything in response. We got another accumulated knowledge. Okay, I'm going to make a move. Let's look for a land. No lands at all. Any order. Use Portent's ability, absolutely. And I guess this is the last turn. And then next turn I have to play Phyrexian Dreadnought. Well, all these Vision Charms are... Actually, these Vision Charms are not good in the grand scheme of things. What the hell does our opponent have that they're holding a Mishra's Factory back? Okay, I'll annul that. Get some cards out of my hand. Land. This port is a beating. I could cast Accumulated Knowledge here. And if I did... Actually, I don't have to. Because I can still play I could still play Dreadnought and Vision Charm, pass, and have a bunch of mana up. That's not that great. Maybe I could have done this a lot earlier. Maybe I'm stupid. Actually, yeah, I could have done this a lot earlier. Because, like, Oath doesn't do... Well, I don't know when I got this Vision Charm. Because now, like, Oath doesn't do anything. Look at that, Quicksand. It's going to be quick to deal with my Dreadnought, I think. So I can't attack immediately, or can I, actually? So there's a few things that I can do. Because remember, so I'm going to only go down to... I'm going to go down to 4. That's really important, because this Vision Charm can exile the Mishra's Factory. And then I only take 3 from the Treetop Village. Funny enough. But I need enough mana open to make this work. Do I play Accumulate? No, I don't. Okay, we'll just let that happen. Yeah, we'll let that happen. Destroy target artifact. It can't be regenerated. So first off, I'm going to Daze. So that I have a mana to play for the turn with my Vision Charm. Then I'll counter it. Oh wow, I finally drew my land. Okay, so I gotta consider. If they have a removal for my Dreadnought, I lose. If I try to hold it back. Because they will attack. I mean, I'll Vision Charm my Phyrexian Dreadnought in response to removal, and then I lose to the 5 damage. If they've got... What's it called? Yeah, I just can't be removal. I mean, I could let the Dreadnought die and I Vision Charm the Factory, but that's... Oh, hold on. There's another line where they factory my island. Shoot. So I need to hope that they can't see that line. Yeah, I lose to that. So is the correct move is I have to pass? And then wait till next turn? I think I have to pass. Yeah, maybe I have to pass. I think I just port my island attack for 5. If they got removal, they got removal. It looks like they got some removal. Okay, so I have to Vision Charm the Factory now. I still don't even know if that does anything. So my only biggest mistake, I don't remember when I got this Vision Charm, but I could have got it earlier. Okay, target artifact phases out. You are an artifact. I will take 3. Get to play Accumulated Knowledge once. For 2. Is there anything in the graveyard? I do have a Flash of Insight in the graveyard. Okay, I'm going to play Accumulated Knowledge. Get another Accumulated Knowledge. That's a good card, but that's useless here. Okay, we're going to concede. It's actually a lot closer game than I thought. It was infinitely closer. Am I supposed to bring in Powder Keg just as like extra answers to creatures? Maybe. In addition to this Sabo's Web. Am I supposed to be shaving on the combo? Like, it's impossible for me to hit this Dreadnought otherwise. Or no, hold on. Maybe okay, I think I got the right plan. So let's get rid of some Stifles. Put in some Powder Keg. Like, my combo plan is weak. I'm going to win with Morphling, damn it. That's all I have. I just have to win with Morphling. And make sure that Oath of Druids doesn't resolve. I think. I'm not entirely sure. It's also possible I shouldn't have Chain of Vapor. I would love to go first. I think I like it. I think I like it. There's problems with this hand. There's problems. But I think I like it overall. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, aren't? This is how we're gonna go down. I got no lands. Okay, shuffle it all. Use its ability. This is I've lost many a match like this. You just don't get that last land. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay, I need to make a move here. Let's start with... Because I don't think Stifle... Unfortunately, I have too many of these combo cards in hand. What does Stifle even do in this matchup? I might have misboarded here. Maybe Stifle's stone useless. Do I start with Powder Keg? Okay, I'm going to start with Powder Keg. If they play a Sphere, I can't do anything about it. Oh, sorry, if they play Oath or a Sphere, I can't do anything about it. Okay, Oath is on the board. No response. Oh man, it's going to soak up a lot of my time. It's always going to be no. Okay, pass. So we do have the insights in our deck. So if we find the insight, eventually we can find a way to like bounce the stupid Oath of Druids. We got our Morphling. I don't want to use the ability. So I just... The thing is, I want to be in a spot to protect my Sabo's Web. I'm just not in that position. And I don't see any reason to, like, go for it or anything. If they, like, put a Treetop Village, maybe. But this seems like a game of playing Sabo's Web and then protecting the crap out of it. Unfortunately, I don't have any counterspells, so spells cost 1 more. Sure. Oh, actually, I can tick the Powder Keg up for that. Okay, we can bring the keg up to 2 and then blow up the sphere. If that makes things too awkward for us. Which is fine. They disenchant this, that's okay too. I drew a Daze, which is also okay. I got a lot of stuff actually in our hand. Tap a Landerino, sure. So I think I'm going to pop it, play Sabo's Web, and then take it from there. Because the thing is, we have got Stifle and 2 Vision Charms. I can actually outrace this Oath. Okay, so let's pop this. Fortunately, it does not get rid of the Oath of Druids. Let's play Sabo's Web. In fact, actually, I can protect it with Vision Charm. Interesting. Did not think about that one. Destroy target artifact, can't be regenerated. Well, target artifact is about to phase out. It's a line I was not even thinking. Got another crumble? Oh, I got a vision charm. Oh, sorry, I mean I have a daze. And I drew a card off of it. Cool. Very, very, very cool. Okay, you got one more port. It's going to be your last port. It's your last treetop village, too. Winter's Grasp to destroy a land. I will protect my land with daze, but also it forces you. Oh, you just let it get countered, yeah. Otherwise, it would tap your port. And we get the Chain of Vapor. Things are coming up Millhouse for us. Do we just win? Do I just go for the win here? I could chain. They could sack a land. I could replay Sabo's Web if they don't. If so, I could chain. If they want to bounce Sabo's Web, I'll just replay it. Or maybe not. Okay, they are going to sack a land. Because why not? Bounce the web. Web bounced back to hand. I will not sack a land. Play Dreadnought. Play Stifle. And I also have Stifle for the Oath of Druids trigger too. Double port's a little awkward though, to be honest. Do I let this resolve? Or do I protect my Dreadnought? So I can Vision Charm this. They play Oath. Okay, this feels super high risk, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Target artifact phases out. I'm already in super greedy mode. I've gone full greed. Full greed. This is full greed. I know what I'm getting into here. We got another Vision Charm, which is perfect. Okay, so how is this going to play out? I'm going to attack for 12. I'm going to stifle the Oath of Druids. And then, yeah, that works out. Okay, well, attack for 12. And I can't play... I don't want to play Sabo's Web because my opponent has 2 Rishadan ports. So if I play Sabo's Web, they can double port and then try to interact with me. Okay, we're going to counter the trigger. There's so many lines with this deck. So many lines. I got a 5-0 with Dreadnought. I was a complete noob last week. Now I feel like a master. Look at that. I got, well, it's lagging a little bit. That was a very sweet 5-0. I feel very, very, very satisfied with that 5-0. I was even up against, okay, I wasn't up against too many bad matchups. Like, I don't really like this Oath matchup. I don't know what the matchup is supposed to be like. You're going to show me my prizes? Look at that. The glorious trophy. I'm not trophying very much in Modern right now, but dagnabbit, I can trophy in Premodern. Okay, so what is my analysis with this deck? First off, I'm not so sure about Flash of Insight. So my concerns earlier between Accumulated Knowledge and Flash of Insight, they still hold. Chain of Vapor was fine. It did its job, in my opinion. I liked what Chain of Vapor was doing for me in this deck. I wonder, can I go like 3 Impulse and like 3 Factor Fiction? Is Factor Fiction crazy? Or even remove Flash of Insight? Well, I don't know. Flash of Insight, I don't like you. So okay, so the deal is a lot of the Stiflenot decks, they got a lot of one-ofs. They got like a misdirection, a thwart, they got a dominate, they got the one of this. Sometimes they have like one Sabo's web, one of this one. I'm not like that. I like consistency. Consistently winning is how I like to do things. So it's really possible that this for my style, I should take out the Flash of Insight and replace it with like Impulse, which I think would do just better in most cases. There's a lot of times I just can't do anything with this card. I think it's very, very good in the late game. I think there are other better cards in the late game. Not 100% sold on the accumulated knowledge. It did help in this. It did help today. It was great, but maybe these all could be... There's another world where it's like 4 impulse or 3 impulse and 2 factor fiction. I don't know why this deck doesn't play factor fiction. I get to 4 mana all the time. If anything, like this thing is as unplayable as a factor fiction is. Like I can, so I don't see anything wrong with having Factor Fiction in this deck. I constantly get to 4 mana. If I can't cast Factor Fiction, I can't make any use of this damn card either. So I'm not a fan of Flash of Insight. And if that were the case, if I can like maybe shave some cards, I could increase another Essence Flare in the sideboard or something else. I don't know. There's like more room for improvement. Anyway, I like this deck, and I'm definitely going to be playing it more as just like a palette cleanser for Modern at the moment, because I'm a little burned out on Modern, and I got to go back to the basics with Modern. And there's no better way than to be playing like another deck to like really transform how you think about the game. Hope you liked it. I know not everyone's a pre-modern person out there, but this is the closest I can get to like a very nuanced blue deck, and I really enjoy the nuances of this deck, and can't wait to play more with it. Anyway, if you like me playing pre-modern, smash that like button. Check out those other resources by Lanny and Pi Gante. I think they're very, very good, and they taught me a lot of things too that did not get displayed in today's show. And anyway, see you guys next time.